Hello, and welcome back to the second episode of the 14th episode of the Dlsone podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Goodman, or TG Cubes.
I'm Daniel Karnak, or Derpy Cuber.
I'm Avocado, or #Cuber.
I'm Allison Leo, the programming Cuber.
And I'm really happy to welcome Feliks Zemdegs, our guest for this episode.
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
It's going pretty great. So, I guess we'll explain the little backstory behind this episode first.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not, anyone's fault in particular. It's just a total miscommunication, honestly. What happened was, the other day, 2 days back, we recorded this episode, and then at the end of the episode, I was like, so Felix, can you send me your audio? And then we realized that he didn't record his audio. So, that was a slight problem. So we're recording it again. We just got new questions, and we're just doing some other stuff, so it's not exactly the same. But, Felix, I would just like to let you know this is not your fault in any way. I should have been more specific about how we go about recording and everything. So, yeah, don't feel bad about that at all.
No worries. It was my fault, but, I'm not too worried about it. It was, I've forgotten everything from the episode anyway, so it's fine.
That's, just a miscommunication, but whatever. But anyway, with that out of the way,
can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Is this going on January 1st?
This is most likely going on January 1st, yeah.
Okay, Happy New Year, everyone.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy 2017.
We all forgot about that.
All right.
2017.
So before we actually get into the questions for this episode, our host, Adam Vetzer, who couldn't be with us for this episode, unfortunately, has had one wish that as we're doing this episode without him, and that wish is that we tell his story about Felix. So, I think...
Felix has already heard this.
Yeah.
Felix has already heard this, but for the audience.
I do have my audio from the last episode.
Yeah, I have my audio too.
So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to insert my audio from that episode, or from the last time we recorded, so I don't have to say it again because Felix knows it and everybody here knows it, so it would just be redundant. So I'm just going to insert that here, and then we'll be back in a couple seconds. So, Nationals 2014. It was Adam's first competition, and he averaged, I don't know, maybe like 30 seconds, 25 seconds, I don't know. And he was doing one of his 3x3 solves, first competition, first round of 3x3, and in the middle of his solve, who sits down next to him to do his solve but Feliks Zemdegs. And so, being his first competition and everything, Adam got insanely nervous, when you sat down, and he was still solving by the time you left after finishing your solve. And so he screwed up his solve really badly and got a 50-something. So that's the Felix story. Alright, so hope you enjoyed that story about Adam Vetzer and Felix from back in the day. But now we're going to be moving on to our Q&A. So I kept a couple questions that I thought were good from the last episode, but then the rest are new from Instagram. So the first question, we're going to go through the questions that we already did first. So the first one comes from Zekluz, who asked, for all, when learning a set of algs, for instance, full OLL, how many algs do you think should be learned in one session?
I think what I said last time was it probably depends on the complexity of the algorithm set. So if you're learning relatively easier cases such as OLL or maybe even like CLL or something, you can probably cram a few more into a session. Whereas if you're learning, say, particularly if you're a beginner and you're learning PLL for the first time, or if you're just starting learning ZBLL and you're not too experienced in learning algorithms, then maybe do a bit less. But in total, it really depends on the person. You hear of some people learning the full OLL set in one day, and then it takes them a couple of months to actually ingrain it in their solves, versus other people who, learn one OLL algorithm every day for a couple of months. And even then it does take them a while, but it's less draining initially. So it's whether you want a smooth sort of transition process into the algorithm set, into your solves, or whether you're willing to just try and memorize everything and see what sticks, and then relearn stuff as you forget it.
You just have to find the good amount, the right amount of algs on the right amount of days.
Yeah. So I mean,
2 algs daily.
if you're
It'd be
learning
interesting to find. Oh yeah, you can go. It's fine.
Sorry, yeah, if they want an actual number, if you're learning PLL for the first time, like do no more than one algorithm at a time, and then slowly like implement it into your solves. And then if you're learning OLL, I mean, yeah, you hear of some people learning it all in one day. For me, I learnt, one or two algorithms here and there whenever I really felt like it. So yeah, maybe 2 or 3 maximum. But you can do more, but I wouldn't recommend it, but it wouldn't be too much of a big deal if you did anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know full OLL?
Yes.
How about PLL? I hear that's a tricky one.
Yeah, the algorithms are a bit longer, but managed to get them all, so...
Yep.
I think
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
Do you,
sets.
do you know all of the G perms?
Yeah, all of them,
Oh my god, all 4.
and the recognition as well.
How about the
Oh.
the H perm? That's
Yeah.
a tough one.
Oh
You know?
god.
How do you do the G perm on the 7x7? How do you manage that?
I think it would be interesting to find like the optimal amount of algorithms that you could learn in like a sitting, without like memorizing or without losing any.
It'd probably
Like,
be
that'd
some
be-
fractional number.
What do you
It'd
mean?
be like 2.6.
Oh, true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that would be interesting. I think something like I kind of recommend if you're disciplined with learning algorithms, I think you can say you just want to learn one a day. If you learn one a day for OLL, you'll know OLL in 2 months, and
Yeah.
that's really not that long. So like if you're
Yeah.
disciplined, I don't think it really matters how many you learn in one session as long as you just stick to that schedule.
Yeah,
I think a lot of
and
people are really daunted by OLL because there's 57 cases, but then
Yeah.
if you look at the 57 cases, they're a lot easier to recognize than PLL because
And
it's
a lot of mirrors.
yeah, it's just one it's just one face of a cube and you're just looking at one color.
Yeah.
So it's actually not that bad.
yeah, the algorithms
they're
are
pretty
a lot
short, too.
easier as well. Yeah, but it's important. The important thing in learning an algorithm is not being able to do the algorithm on its own. It's being able to do it in solves. So yeah, if you're going to learn one a day for 2 months for OLL, make sure you're doing lots of solves to
Yeah.
Yeah.
really memorize it, because it's one thing to be able to do an algorithm on its own over and over again, but when you do a solve and you have to recall the algorithm, or you have to recognize the case and then recall the algorithm, that's completely different, and that takes more time to do.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the next question. This is basically a pretty short one, but we answered it in the last episode. So from Echo Cuber TS, Felix, do you think you'll go to US Nats 2017?
So at this stage, so obviously I'm going to the World Championships in Paris, and I was talking with a couple of people who are organising a competition in a city that I would quite like to go in, and they were organising it for the week before the World Championships over in Europe. And so I pretty much kind of said, okay, I'd really like to go to this. I'll most likely be there. Not that I have to, stick to that anyway, but I kind of want to go there. There's no details announced yet, but it's a competition in Europe the weekend before the World Championships. And then I saw, when it was last week or whatever, that the US Nationals were also going to be on the same date. I was kind of like, I'm not sure. And then for me, it was kind of a mix of both the date and the location of US Nationals being, like, if one of those two things was okay with me, then I probably would have gone. But this time the date is the weekend before the Worlds, and also Indiana is not particularly like an attractive place for me to spend money and go to.
No offense to the Indiana people.
Yeah. I'm sure it's lovely, but you don't hear many people taking trips to Indiana, and so at this stage, probably not. Like it's probably a lower likelihood that I'll be at US Nationals next year, unfortunately. But like I did say, like, I really wanted to go this year, because the last couple of years I haven't been able to, but may be the case again this year. But hopefully I can visit the US in some other capacity next year. I haven't really planned anything out too far in advance.
The date is actually really inconvenient, like, for nationals, if you're going to both.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really annoying. It's like, I'm planning on going on both, and it's just,
Same.
the planning is is so annoying.
And like
Yeah.
every other year they did it like the same exact day. Like why'd they change
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I
don't
know.
why.
Like,
I
I
think-
was planning my
I
plans around
actually
that
talked to
date.
Kean Barry. I talked to Kean Barry about the whole thing, and he said that it's just a lot of places were expensive, and
Yeah.
like those were just the only time frames that they offered.
Huh.
Yeah, I think it was literally
Interesting.
just like to
For
do with the
nationals.
venue.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But-
you know, oh yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, I was thinking the whole time. I was like, even like when I was planning things out, I was like, all right, so in the summer, the nationals is gonna be like the end of July, like, early August. Like the
Yeah.
whole time I've been saying that, and then suddenly it's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like a couple weeks after school, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just realized, Felix, your last US Nats was also my last US Nats.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, yeah, that was fun.
Oh, well, they're all
It
good.
was fun. It was just not
Yeah.
an amazing venue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. That was the bad part, but
Yeah.
like where it was and the people that went, it was great.
Yeah, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that comp a lot, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna get together this year at least.
Yeah.
But,
Yay.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
Alright, I'll read this one.
okay, sure.
So from Toad Cubing, Felix, would you say you were a quickly progressing cuber? By this I mean, do you think that in terms of speed progression, do you think you are one of the fastest people that improves? I guess we'll answer that first instead of going on.
Yeah. So back when I started, and at least for the first couple of years that I was cubing in 2008 and 2009, there was literally nobody who averaged like under 10 seconds at all. And it took me, I think it was a little bit over a year and a half, sort of a year and a half to 2 years, to get my average down to 10 seconds, down to under 10
Wow.
seconds, which at the time, I think there were a couple of others who, had gotten sub 10 averages of 12. People like Brendan, maybe Yu Nakajima, those sort of people who did. But in terms of the rate of progression, I think I was, for the time, and for the hardware we had, and the methods we had, I certainly improved faster than, I would say, like 99% of people in cubing in those years. But like compared to now, the speed at which you see guys like Sunghyuk Nam and Max Park and these sort of guys, the speed at which they progress and get down to world class times, it wasn't that fast. You see those guys, get sub. I think Sunghyuk Nam has been cubing maybe 3 years at a guess, and he's sub 7 globally. So by no means did I do that, but relatively, like, I got down to world class times in 2 years. So he did that as well. But in terms of the absolute number, then I improved quickly for back in the day, but not that much compared to how fast people can improve now. And really, it seems really easy for people to just pick up cubing and in a couple of years be sub 10 nowadays, with all the
Yeah, that's
hardware and the
true, that's
methods and the resources available.
Yeah.
I actually had some kind of theory a couple months back, and I debated it with Ava, and it was like, I think why Felix is so far ahead of everybody is because, I think this might not be true, but because, like, you kind of improved as the hardware also improved, as opposed to, like, if you start out now, the hardware is already just, like, crazy good.
Huh,
And I
that's
thought, like,
interesting.
you can develop good
Huh.
habits on bad cubes, and then as the cubes improve, you just improve magically. And
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, maybe there is a little bit of that.
but then
Yeah.
there's, like, Max Park, and then I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, I certainly wouldn't apply to everyone. But
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Felix, if you started cubing like now, how long do you think it would take you to get like sub 10? Do you think it would be like faster with all the
yeah,
cubes
maybe
and
maybe
everything, or what?
like 1 year, I think.
Mm.
A decent amount faster. And
Yeah.
to the point that Daniel made, so I think that probably applies more so for bigger cubes, because 3x3s have always been
Right.
like decent.
Oh,
You can
yeah,
always turn
yeah.
quite fast on 3x3, but for stuff like even like 4x4 and
V-cubes.
even like 4x4 and 5x5 when I started, the hardware was so bad compared to what we have now. So yeah, you had to focus more so, probably not consciously, but you had to focus more so on being efficient and and that sort of thing. Whereas now you can just spam TPS and you'll be fine, which is kind of what I do now. But I'm also kind of efficient as well.
And then the next question that was a part of that one is, and finally, I'm sure DG Cubes wants to know this as well. What actually is your middle name?
My middle name? Oh, it's pretty well known by now, but it's Alexander.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Spencer Insanity asks, for Felix, you're obviously a very fast and distinguished speed cuber who has held many records. Of all your time in cubing, what is the one accomplishment you are proudest of? Could be official or unofficial.
Right, so yeah.
Proudest.
I don't know if it's proudest or most happy or whatever, but I gave one answer on the last recording, but I probably want to change that to give two answers, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
So the first one, that was just a huge step for me, and I think a little bit for cubing also, was my 9.21 average at the start of 2010. So this was like back in 2010. Back before then, there were no competitions in Australia, and this was the first competition that we ever held in Australia.
Now it's
and
world record, right?
it was like the day before I went back to school, so I've been practicing all summer for this
nice.
one competition.
Oh, that's cool.
And I finally got my chance, and the world record at the time was the world record average at the time was 10.07 seconds, and everyone had been wondering for a while, is sub 10 possible? Or obviously sub 10 was possible, but is it who's going to break it? When's it going to happen? And then in the first round, I got like 10.3 or something, and so I had a final in the afternoon and managed to get 9.21, which was kind of the sub 10 barrier was probably the biggest one in cubing. Just because you're going from two digits. You're going from 2 digits to 1 digit, and that was just a really cool moment.
That's true. Yeah.
It was the first day I got a world record, and it was super exciting for me, but I think also for a lot of people, because I've been cubing and posting times and getting world class times on video and things like that, and then to finally actually like back it up with something close to my actual average in competition was quite cool. What was the question you were going to ask?
Did people expect you to crush the world record that much?
Yeah.
Or you in general?
I think they were expecting something. But I think 9.21 was a big step down from 10.07.
Yeah, that's true.
That is crazy.
Because every now and then the world record is broken by somebody that you just have never heard of.
Yeah.
But,
I was kind of
Samir Mahmood 2x2 average.
Yeah. No, I was kind of a noob and not a noob, but I was just a little kid. I uploaded heaps of YouTube videos and posted heaps on the forum and stuff like that. Even now, I think I'm on the speed solving forum. I've got the top 10 number of, or maybe in the top 10 number of posts ever. I haven't posted. I haven't posted barely anything in the last 5 years.
I'm gonna check that right now.
Of course, DG's gonna check that.
Okay, maybe it's not
on speed solving.
Maybe it's not top 10, but I would bet top 20.
Okay, well they only show top 15, but I don't see you in the. Oh wait, yes I do. Never mind.
What am I?
Yeah. Yep, you're up there.
What am I?
Yeah, you have 4,234 posts.
Yeah.
That's,
oh my god.
Let's count
Wow.
this.
And so and I would have maybe 200 or 300 in the last 5 years. So.
That's 14th out of.
Yeah.
Most
So I was posting a lot, so people knew me and
It's
kind of
funny.
annoyed by me. And everyone
It's
was...
funny,
Go?
Yeah, it's funny because I like looking at the old speed solving threads a lot of times just to see what cubing used to be like years ago. And so there's this one thread called that I've mentioned it on the podcast before. It's called World Record Predictions in the Year 2020.
Oh.
I love that thread so much because it started in 2009, and there were a lot of people. I think it was before your first competition, Felix, but there were a lot of people who were saying 3x3 world record, Feliks Zemdegs, and then whatever time. And then there was somebody who was like people were replying like he's never been to a competition before. You shouldn't like put this much faith in him or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think they were saying like I think you actually replied to them. I forget what you said though, but I don't know. It was interesting to see.
Yeah.
It's just cool going back to that
That's
stuff.
crazy.
There was that whole kind of angle on it as well. You know, it'd be like someone now who lives somewhere where they don't have competitions, and it's like, you know, everyone's just waiting for them for so long to go to a competition.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an
That's
equivalent.
kind of like Nicholas Niang, right?
Yeah, it kind of happens
yeah.
with Yuda Hyun too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
It
that's-
happens
yeah,
a lot with
Yeah.
Megaminx.
yeah. Although she
Two
does,
Mega Mixes.
Yeah.
yeah. Like imagine it'd be like someone now who posts for like 6 months on YouTube of like times that are better than mine, like the best in the world, and then like there's a lot of build up when they finally go to a competition, and
Yeah.
it was kind of like that,
Michael Humu.
like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but like for way longer and actually real.
Yeah.
There was a person on speed solving a long time ago. I was racing 2x2, and there was this person who was consistently getting sub ones.
What?
And I mean, obviously it was fake, but he said that
Yeah.
he was using only EG2.
What?
And I was like, "Have you been to a comp?" And they're like, "My first comp is in 2 months." And I'm like, "Okay, good luck."
Did you ever check the results of that?
That's so great.
No, I forgot their name.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess something like this is less likely to happen now because
Yeah.
there's pretty much competitions everywhere in the world. But
Yeah.
the only thing I
happened
can
in,
think of is, you know, maybe if there's, you know, some place in, you know, Africa where there's some kid.
Bangladesh.
Yeah. Or even something like that.
Uruguay.
No, there's like no, but like in Bangladesh, there was this. They have like a lot of unofficial comps there because for some
Yeah.
reason they don't have like any official ones. And there was some guy like on speed selfing a while ago. Like I think Alex Moss posted it. Some guy got like a 6 in comp. Like it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
there was a
Yeah. And we had unofficial competitions before the official one as well, and I got a couple of you know, sub world record times in whichever events it was. So it was kind of like that, except like legitimately fast. Like it's hard to imagine something like that happening now, just because competitions are so frequent all around the world.
Yeah. All right. So Oh, and also you said you had
question is
another
interesting.
accomplishment, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, and so that was sorry, we spent 10 minutes on that.
No, that's fine.
The other
That's what we do.
Yep.
the other big one was winning the 2013 World Championships, just because of in 2011 I came third in the final, which was, you know, it's good, but I kind of choked a little bit and didn't get times particularly close to what I did in the first 3 rounds. And so going into the 2013 World Championships, it was, you know, I had a whole 2 years to, well, not that I thought about that every day or anything, but, you know, it was it was kind of, you know, I felt I really, really wanted to win, and I didn't take that opportunity in 2011, and to do it in 2013, where I was, you know, even more nervous, doubly, triply as nervous as I was in 2011, and then for it to actually finally happen was, that was a huge moment for me, big goal I finally got, I guess.
Yeah. It's funny, I just got to that part in Cracking the Cube.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
That's a good
It's a
one.
good
I want to
book.
get. I am getting Cracking the Cube actually.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
I
it's
hope I get
very
it soon.
interesting. There's like so much stuff in there that if you gave it to literally any Cuba, they wouldn't know
Yeah.
Yeah.
about
there's a
half
lot I
the
didn't know.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's
I
really
can
cool.
imagine.
All right, so those are all the questions from the last recording, but now we have some new ones from Instagram. So, Allison, do you want to read the first one?
Oh, sure. So from Raymond Mendez, Felix, I don't know why this is only for Felix, but if you accidentally used Mario Lube as eye drops, would it make you have to go to the hospital or improve your look ahead?
And then eyeball emoji.
And then eyeball emojis.
I don't know.
This is hard to answer.
Okay, next question.
I think the actual question is Felix's look ahead actually, can it get any better?
Oh, true.
Yes, it definitely can. Definitely can.
That'd be...
Oh really?
Derpy's like starstruck. He's like,
What?
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my
It
god.
can always get better.
90% serious.
It can always get better.
Yeah.
I guess.
Alright,
It's so crazy.
so moving on from that logical question,
No, that's fine. That's fine.
yeah, it kind of blew my mind when I read it. That's why I included it. But okay, from Noah_NKP_1. Felix, do you think that if you got a world record on the Oolong instead of getting a fail, would you have stuck with Moyu, and would your sponsorship be better than it is now? And how would that affect where you go to competitions and what cubes you use? P.S. Congrats on your world record.
Define better.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
yeah.
say. How does a
Yeah, I know.
sponsorship get better?
So
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
do you
They pay
think
you to
you
go to
would have
comps?
stuck with Moyu
Yeah,
if
no,
you would
I
got
don't
a
want-
world record?
I don't want to start tossing things around about different companies that I may or may not like
Yeah.
or don't
That's a good
like
idea.
or think which companies are moral and ethical versus kind of trash. So I won't name any names.
But it rhymes with go you. Just kidding.
And that's not just because of, like, I went to China last year or over a year ago now, and I don't know, just also from that and then other things, just things you hear and in talking to people and everything like that kind of leads me to believe that they're not particularly ethical in how they go about their business. So I don't think I'd switch to the GAN out of just because of that world record. I think I literally just, I had a bunch of the cubes one day and I never really gave them a proper go, and then this is the old GAN 357, and I picked it up, and after a little while, I broke all my PBs on it, and so I was like, oh cool, I'll use this, and then continued to use that. Then he brought out another one, and I continued to use that. So I've been using like that style of cube for a long time, and the cubes, all the models and stuff, they have a little bit in common. So it's like the same plastic, the same like kind of fundamental feel, I guess. So I'm really really used to that. And hold on, what was the other part of the question? Do I think I'd be doing anything much differently?
Oh yeah. How would that affect where you go to competitions and what cubes you use?
It probably wouldn't change much at all about where I go to competitions or how much I compete or anything like that. The only thing is that and I have considered a lot, is if I was to get a sponsorship with one of the bigger cube companies, either a Mofang G or a Moyu, because they have products from 2x2 to 7x7 and all the other events, then I would kind of feel like not that it would be in the contract or anything, but I would kind of feel like I have to use or have to make every effort to use their cube, even where it's not like the best, or is clearly not the best. And for me, it's kind of, GAN is kind of a simpler sponsorship, and he focuses on 3x3s, and I can just use that one, and then for the other cubes, I use literally like 4 other brands, like Diane 2x2, Yuxin 5x5, Chi 4x4, 7x7, and the Moyu 6x6. So I don't have to worry too much about using different hardware. And no, I'm like really really happy with what I'm doing with GAN, and we've got some big plans for next year and that sort of thing. And yeah, he's like, above all though, he's like a very very nice person, very very friendly, runs his operations really well, looks after everyone, and so yeah, happy to be associated with him, and I don't think that'll
He's a
change
super
for
cool guy.
a little while because we've kind of put together our arrangement and plans and stuff for next year, and it'll be very good fun.
That's cool.
I have another question based off of this.
Yeah.
Do you think if there wasn't a fail on that world record, do you think the LMV2 would have come out, or would they still have done that?
I mean,
Because that came out like soon after.
They probably would have released a cube eventually, but I don't know if it would have been that soon. But I had no influence on that.
Yeah.
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 Because people were all speculating, like, oh, of course, just because, after Felix gets this fail, now Moyu's releasing a new one, so that
Yeah.
doesn't happen. Or something.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Along V2 fan. I like the V1.
Yeah, I didn't like the V2.
Yeah. Where's
Even
my
the new plastic, like, after the old one failed, and I got a new batch, and I was still like, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the V1 was a really nice cube. I've still got
Yeah.
mine. It's on my
Yeah.
desk over
Yeah,
there. but
same.
Yeah.
Alright, so moving on to the next question from the small Chris. For Felix, would you rather restart school or restart cubing?
Oh. Ooh.
It seems like a simple question for, like, people who don't cube, but if you actually cube and you've been doing it for a
Yeah.
while, you just think about it, you're like, oh god.
From high school or primary school or tertiary
let's
education.
Say, let's say from the beginning, like you have no school or you have no cubing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I could have learned Spanish instead of French.
Well, I mean, in the big scheme of things, I think your education is probably more important than solving a few cubes. So I'll have to
Yeah.
restart cubing.
Yeah, same.
How about if it were high school? You would have to like go through high school again, or you'd have to restart all of cubing.
But if I had to go through high school again, like I'm at the stage where I like don't know anything that I've learnt from high
Yes.
school until now. Oh
Yes.
well, I've got to do that.
Yeah.
Wait, is this assuming you're starting cubing from the present or from
Yeah,
when you
that's what I
From the
was
present,
gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was
Oh
thinking
really?
from the present.
Oh.
Like,
Also, I've like
Oh.
literally, I've never heard of any like people who are aged 20 or above getting like practicing so much and becoming world class. So I don't
that's
think
true.
I think it would just be kind
Yeah.
of something I start and get okay at, but
Mm.
it's always the younger kids who have way more time to practice who can actually
Yeah.
improve
Oh,
that quickly.
totally.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
but
a great
definitely,
question though.
I would
Yeah.
definitely have to repeat high school. Yes.
Yeah. It's more important in the big scheme of things, but it's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
honestly,
Yeah.
Because
I
I
would
put so much work and energy and effort into both school
Yeah.
and cubing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's weird to think about it like being lost.
yeah. It's like
Alright.
when you're writing a big long paper or editing a video or something, and then computer shuts down and you lose it.
Oh god.
Except on
I
a
mean,
much
at least
greater
with
scale.
Google Drive and
Or you
stuff,
could literally
it's
just do
okay.
Google Drive, which saves like
Yeah,
every
Google
5
Drive.
seconds.
Google Drive is good for that, for sure.
No, unless you're well. I was editing a video back in April.
Yeah.
I spent like 2 hours on it, and I was almost done. I was really excited, and then computer is like, "Oh, we have to shut down now," and I lost everything.
closed.
Yeah, I was like about to export it, and then I just lost it. It was terrible.
Yeah.
That's why Final Cut Pro is good, because it saves literally all the time.
No,
I mean,
but
I always try
No,
to,
I
if
had
it's
problems
a big
before.
edit, then I save it.
yeah,
I don't even think
Yeah.
Final Cut Pro has a save option.
There
'cause
isn't.
It just, yeah, it just
Oh, wow.
does.
that's nice. All right, well, moving on to the final question we have before we move on to our next segment. From Rubik's Vids, who do you think will get the first 3 second solve?
The first 3 seconds solve. I was asked this about the first 4 second solve, and I said Lucas.
Oh yes.
I said Lucas. So I'll say
And then he got
Oh.
it.
I will
Wait.
say Lucas again.
No, but that was because
Lucas asked the question,
asked
right?
it, right?
I know.
Okay, so Rubik's Vids.
Rubik's Vids.
It's, yeah.
No, I'll say Lucas.
Come on, you can do
I'll
it.
say Lucas again.
I'm gonna have to stick
Wait.
with Rubik's Vids. And then when he
Yeah,
does
that's
get
my
the
answer
first
as
3,
well.
when he does get the first 3, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, he called it." All right, yeah, Lucas is a good answer though. I wouldn't.
I don't think a 3 will happen in competition for a very long time though.
Oh, true, definitely.
Yeah. There's still a
Like,
while.
you're gonna have to get to low 4s before that happens. Jesus.
Wait, Felix, how
Yes.
often do you get a sub 4?
I've had maybe 8 or 9 ever,
Oh my god.
Okay.
Dang.
so not very often.
Yeah.
That's still a lot.
Yeah. Well,
True. Yeah.
okay, if you were to get a sub 4, like, if you do get one, are you, like, excited about that still?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's, yeah.
Also, like, that's on keyboard, and if you translate that over to StackNet, it's like plus 0.2 seconds
true.
or whatever. So
True.
it would probably be even less if you had a few 3.9s in there.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up this Q&A segment for this episode of the podcast. But yeah, now we're going to be moving on to our next segment, which is what event is this time from? Now, when we played this last time, Felix completely destroyed me and Derpy with a
knows
score
everybody.
of 5-2. So now it's time for some revenge, possibly. So basically, the way this works is Ava is going to give me, Derpy, Felix, and Allison. Well, she'll give us the time, the ranking, and the person who got that time for a certain solve or average, and then we have to figure out what event she is talking about. So the way it works is we're going to rotate. So I guess we'll start with Felix because he is the guest, and then we'll go alphabetically. So me, Derpy, and Allison, and by last name. And then if the person who is guessing gets it wrong, the next person has a chance to steal until they've looped back to the first person. Then that person doesn't get a chance anymore. And, you get a point for each one. There are going to be... Do you want to do 3 rounds? It's going to last longer because we have more people this time, but I think it'll be fun. All right, so we'll go 3 rounds, and then at the end we'll see who wins. If there's a tie, we go into sudden death. All right, so Ava, are you ready?
Yeah.
3x3 race.
I'm screwed.
Okay.
Same.
Daniel Candia has a 56.00 average, which is ranked 194th in South America. In what event?
My go?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 4x4?
Yeah. Wait.
Yes! No?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
All right, off to a good start. 1 to 0 to 0 to 0. Now it's my turn, right?
Ewan Chai
Yeah.
has a 2.8 single, which is ranked 55th in Asia. In what event?
Ooh. 2.8 singles, 55th in Asia.
54th.
54th in Asia. Okay. 2.8 you said?
Yes.
Okay. So that's gotta be 2x2.
Incorrect.
What?
Ooh. Whoa.
Wait. Wait a second. Wait, what am I forgetting? Okay, Derpy, you take it.
I don't know, Pyrrha?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh.
Oh, wait, that makes sense. Oh.
Asia is not that bad at 2x2.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait, no, no.
Asia's
Can
not
I explain?
that bad at 2
Can I explain my reasoning? Okay, I was thinking Pyrrha, but then oh man, okay, I'm bad. For some reason, I was thinking the world because okay, I have a 241 single in Pyrrha, and that I looked at it yesterday and I realized that puts me I'm not in top 100 anymore. So then since you said 50th, for some reason I was thinking, oh, there's no way a 2.8 could be 50th, and then I forgot it was Asia, so I screwed up.
DG forgot about the information that he was given.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
perfect.
Derpy, you have a point.
Ben Christie has a 28.97 average, which is ranked 333rd in North America. In what event?
Squand.
Incorrect.
Dang.
What was
I'm
the
sorry,
average?
Ben. Please,
What was the
Ben,
average?
please don't get mad at me.
He has like a 15 average in Squan, but...
No, Ben, please, no!
I don't know who this is, but wait, what was the average?
It's Ben Christie, Shark Hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at SNS. He walked in with the shark hat.
28.97 average.
28.97, ranked 300 something.
333rd in North America.
I don't know. This is probably way off. OH.
No.
My turn?
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, Felix.
Is it clock?
Yep.
Oh.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
The heck?
The heck?
Daniel Karnak has a DNF clock average, which is ranked 16,000th in North America.
Oh yes, Derpy, your clock average. That was bad. 4 DNFs and what was it, a 25 or something?
It was a 25 and 4 DNFs.
Wow.
All of which I did not intend.
Unlike your Pura times.
Oh yeah, true. Alright,
Alright.
Allison, it's your
Allison.
turn.
Yeah.
Okay, Caleb Marks. Caleb Marks is ranked 23. Sorry, has a 23.07 average, which is ranked 300th in Africa.
I'm just gonna go with 3x3.
Incorrect.
Alright, Felix.
I was like, I don't feel like guessing another one.
So 23,
23.
300th in Africa.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I have no idea what Africa's like. I never looked at what
Maybe.
they're doing in Africa.
2x2?
Correct.
Yes.
What?
What?
Oh, I overestimated them.
Yeah.
What?
I gave
Yeah.
them too much
It wasn't
credit.
3x3.
Hold
I
on,
had a
hold
feeling
on.
it would
Back
be a
up,
small
back up.
event. 3 points
What?
for you.
Yay.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
my
wow.
turn.
We're already
Derpy?
losing so badly.
Oh, and it's your turn at the beginning of round 2. Alright.
Oh my god.
3 to 1.
How does he do
To
it?
0 to 0. And I had an easy one that I had a chance at too. I'm gonna
Wait, why
do that.
3? Doesn't he have 2?
No, he got 3. He got
He just stole mine too.
yeah.
Oh my
Alright.
Austin Reed has a 1 minute 20 second average, which is ranked 62nd in North America in one event.
1 minute 27, 67th in North America. 5x5?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh god.
I want some.
We're,
I don't
we're all
think I'm
just
gonna
like,
get a
this
single
is rigged. This is rigged.
I'm not cheating, I swear.
Rigged.
I came up with a good what's the word? An uplifting phrase. It's sometimes you win and sometimes it's rigged. All right,
Felix, do you
so
mind sharing your screen for the rest of the game?
all right,
No,
so
I'm just kidding.
so Ava, my turn, right?
No.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Okay.
Okay. Thomas Lamp has a 11.61 average, which is ranked 1,000th in Europe in one event.
11.61 average is
Yeah.
1,000th in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Okay. 11.61.
Huh.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Huh.
1,000th in Europe.
Okay, I feel like I'm leaning towards something, but I'm not sure if I want to say it. Wait, what's the average again? 11 point what?
6-1.
11.61.
11.61.
1,000.
All right. Yeah, I think all I can think of that would work is 3x3, so I'm gonna say that.
Incorrect.
Oh,
That's
man.
too far. I think that's too. That is way too far.
Wait, it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna. Oh, this could be a couple of things.
Yeah. This is difficult.
I'm going to set a Scube.
Correct.
Wow.
What?
What was the answer?
That's 1,000th in Europe?
Skew.
Nice.
Oh, skew.
Well, now I know the. Whoa, that was
Yeah, I
like.
was gonna guess either like pure mix or skewb and
I didn't think that. I thought,
oh, I
Oh,
I was
wow.
actually thinking pure mix or skewb. So
out of curiosity,
That was-
what is 1,000th in Europe for 3x3 average?
like 1,000
Probably
in
like
I
Europe.
really need to brush
13.
up on my ranking.
13.23.
All right, yeah, I thought it
Oh,
would be a
that's
little
that's
more
faster than I
11,
thought
but-
actually. All right,
All right.
first question.
So it's 4 to 0 to 2 to 0. Derpy's turn to possibly get a point.
Filbert Sim has a 51.67 average, which is ranked 972nd in the world.
972nd in world. That's OH.
51?
I don't know.
Okay, that's incorrect.
No, Derpy. Can I tell you something quickly?
4x4.
I mean, you always do some absurd thing. That, like,
Oh,
makes
it's
you...
just absurd.
I have like a 20 average, and I'm not even top 1,000.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, really?
I have a 30. I have a 31 average, and I'm not. I just got kicked out of top 5,000.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait.
OH
You
is my
thought it
worst
was-
event by far.
I would
I'm
not
so-
think it was OH for sure.
I'm such a silly boy.
Okay, Allison.
4x4?
Incorrect.
Oh, really? That's what I
Felix.
was saying. Oh man.
Just gonna get another point.
She's good
Is
at
it-
picking hard ones.
Scube?
What?
51.
51?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's go. Okay. So 51 average is 900 something. 900 what?
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Wait, does it keep
we already
up?
said Scube was 11.61 thousandth in Europe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
If it's 5 times as slower and 100
I thought it
places
was like the
better
bottom
in
of the
world.
rankings. Like.
Okay, wait. So it's 900
Oh.
something.
Oh, wait, we keep on
900
going?
Something. Wait, can you repeat it to me, Ava? What's the
Silver.
time?
51.67 average.
Yeah, which is
972nd.
972nd. In
51.
Wow,
Okay.
this is
Okay.
tough.
So 51 average. That could be.
Wait, do we keep on looping around until
no,
we
no,
don't.
no, no, we
No.
don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the last person, last guess. Oh man. This is really hard.
This is. What are you doing, Ava?
Multi-blind.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
FMC.
I'm gonna. Wait, what's the average? 51 point what?
6-7.
Oh, that could be FMC. I'm gonna say FMC.
It is.
Oh my god, why
It
did I
is.
tell you that?
Oh! What? Thanks, Allison.
Oh my god, why did I tell you
Oh
that?
my god. Wait, oh, I didn't notice that.
I should
I
get
wouldn't
the
have gotten that
point.
if it wasn't for.
Yeah, I tried to say it
Allison.
really quickly, like the last decimals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so clever.
Oh, that's
my
good.
God.
All right.
Oh,
I think.
Wow.
I think Allison deserves as much of a point for that one as I do, but.
Wow.
But she was
technically, I already
joking.
guessed.
She was joking
true,
though.
true.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so that's 4 to.
I was
2.
joking, and then when I thought about it again, I was like, actually, that's possible.
Yeah. So that's 4 to 1. 4 to 1 to 2 to 0, and now it's
Now it's my turn.
your turn, Allison.
Yay.
Kevin Tam has a 20.86 average.
20?
20.86
Okay.
average, which is ranked 25th in Oceania.
That's pretty high up there. I'm gonna say Squan.
Correct.
Yes.
Nice. All right, so we all have points now. 4 to 2 to 1 to
Yay.
1.
Wait, doesn't Oceania have like this giant like drop once you get to like past 15 people in the rankings? Cause like, like fifth for 3x3 in Oceania is like something crazy different.
I'm pretty sure it's
No.
sub 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tomoya has it.
Oh, okay.
Has like a low 9. Oh, by the way, you know, Allison, you know how you said if it was OH it would be 2, like whatever you said.
I think I said too slow.
Yeah, too slow. Well, if
Uh,
20.86 ranked, if someone had that, it would be 25th as well.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
what?
Oh, that's weird.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my god.
That's so cool.
Okay.
All right.
That's kinda cool.
So
Alright.
so that's the end of round 2, and now it's time for the final round. Hype.
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 I didn't want to screw that question up because we have someone from Oceania here, you know.
True. Yeah, if you didn't get it, Felix, would you have gotten that one?
I would have said square one, yeah.
This is actually pretty hard. Jean
Cool.
Good, good.
Jean Mazone has a 6-minute 14-second average, which is last in France.
Last.
Oh, wait.
What is last? What number
Wait,
is
yeah, what-
last though?
It doesn't matter. That,
95th.
that could be anything.
No, but it would still.
Wait,
It could make a
What's
difference.
what's the number?
yeah, what's the
95th.
It could be
Wait, 95th.
literally
Oh.
anything.
And this is not a big event.
Well, how many people have competed? Well,
So
yeah,
it's not like
even-
3x3.
Oh, sorry, 95th. Yeah, okay, it does matter.
France has a lot of cubers, yeah.
95th, 6 minutes 14, 95th.
Oh yeah, France does have a lot of cubers. That's true.
Is this single
So
or
this is
average?
Average.
Average.
Ooh. I'm gonna say Megaminx.
What?
Oh
Is that
my
it?
god!
Yeah.
Oh my
What?
god!
Sweet.
How does he do it?
I'm just thinking about the number of times and the number of competitors and
Damn.
how many people are in
I can't
France.
think about that. Like, I
That
don't
was
know what I
good.
would have guessed if I
Yeah,
got
I would've thought,
what
like-
came to me.
I think I would have said like 3 blind or something.
Yeah, I was thinking
Game
about
is
3 blind.
rigged.
I was thinking about 3 blind, but I don't think 100 people in France have 3 blind means.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Really?
That's,
I don't think so.
That's good.
Oh my
Good
god.
job.
Alright. It's 5-1 to 2-1.
Seik Siam has a 29.83 single, which is ranked first in Bangladesh.
Ooh, 29.
What's the single?
29.83.
29.
Interesting, because there aren't
Bangladesh.
referencing the. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything actually, because I don't want to give other people information. Ooh.
Yes. Give out more information, please. Thank you.
You know, I think 3x3 wouldn't be that far of a stretch. I'm gonna say 3x3.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Derpy, you have a chance at tying it here. You know.
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
You got the
I'm
next
think.
30.
Okay. Now I'm gonna think even harder.
Think, Derpy, think.
If I were Ava, what event would I pick for Bangladesh? I have a better chance at guessing that than I do guessing based on what the statistics she gave me.
Is it because you're soulmates?
For sure.
Okay.
Either way,
Whatever.
you have a 1 in 17 chance.
Yeah, right.
I guess.
Well, knock out one because,
You can
Not
knock out a
really.
couple. Yeah, you can knock
Yeah.
out many actually.
yeah.
Yeah, it can't be
Knock out the one that DG guessed.
4 blind,
and then-
5 blind, multi-blind FMC, 6, 7, 5. So technically it can only be 2, 3 OH, 4x4, Purus Cube, Clock.
It's a lot of events.
True.
You're like, it could only be 2, 3, 4.
Well, okay. I'm sorry, I'm just taking a lot of time. I'm just thinking.
Just throw it out there. My guess will be worse.
What? You're telling me to throw it out there, but you're telling me also to win. Like what? I'm valuing my thoughts. Man. What? Okay. One-handed.
Correct.
Whoa!
Yay! Oh.
I would not have
That's
said
like the
that.
first thing I
I
thought
don't
of.
think I
but
was
then
gonna guess one hand.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that. That's good.
I
Good
don't know what
job.
I would have guessed, but I think I was gonna overestimate them a little bit.
5 to 1
I'm
to
gonna call
3
my
to
mom.
1.
Ooh.
Yeah, the reason I said 3x3 is because I know they don't have competitions there, because, like, I don't know. But, yeah. But, like, they have a lot of unofficial ones.
Oh, the guy got it at New York City Summer.
Ah, that makes sense.
Really?
Oh.
Andre Valero has a 7-minute 46-second single, which is ranked 5th in Venezuela in one event.
What's the signal?
Derby. Wait, isn't it?
746.
Is it Derby's drone?
Yeah, because that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
mine.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
746 single, 5th in Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Huh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh. It's difficult.
Since this is like the third round, oh man.
This
It
is-
probably isn't 6 or 7. 4 blind?
Incorrect.
Okay, alright, my turn. I have no idea. 7 minutes is 5th
It's a lot of time.
in only Venezuela. I know where that is.
Okay. That doesn't really help, but okay.
7 by 7.
Incorrect.
Can't be FMC.
Incorrect.
Aw.
FMC.
7 minutes definitely.
That's not.
Okay,
Um,
Felix.
Can I guess 3 blind?
Incorrect.
Dang it.
Ooh.
Okay, phew.
Alright.
I got a chance here.
Good
That's
man.
what I would have said, Felix. Oh. Okay, 7 minutes is 5th, you said? Or 6th?
5th.
5th. Okay.
Because that makes a lot of difference.
I'm gonna say 6x6.
Incorrect.
Oh man.
Oh, all right. What
What
was
is
the answer?
it?
Feet.
Oh,
Oh.
Really?
wow.
I
Okay.
wouldn't have gotten that. That's surprising.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that either.
Dang. All right, so yeah, now the score is what, 5-1 to 3-1. So it's there's a definite winner, but Allison, you could pull ahead of me here if you wanted to.
I will try.
Alexander Ariomin has a 2-minute 21 average, which is ranked 87th in Russia, also last place.
Oh, okay. 87 last place. So only 87 people have.
Mother country.
What? Wait, was it single or average?
Average.
Average. 221. It's the last. Alright, well, Russia's a pretty big country.
Doesn't mean there's a lot of.
What?
You know what? Maybe there's a lot of cubers, maybe there's not. Who knows? Derpy, you should bring cubing to Russia.
What? Why is that my job?
I'm just kidding.
You
I'm
are
just
100%
kidding. Chill,
responsible
chill.
for this.
221. Being last. I'm gonna go with square one.
Correct.
Oh!
Oh, I pulled
my
that
God.
MPG!
Nice. All right, so that wraps up that segment of what event is this time from. We have our champion Feliks Zemdegs,
Yay.
who was able to defend his win from the last recording, and then we have Derpy. He put up a good fight with 3 points.
Thank you.
Allison, you did well, 2 points, and at least I tried.
Participation trophies.
Yes, participation trophies for everyone. All right.
Hey, I podiumed. Okay.
Okay, so that wraps up that segment, but now it's time to move on to cubing in the news. So I guess we'll do it the same way we did it last time. Felix, I'll link you the first article.
Yeah,
if you just want to read.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, yeah, if you just want to read the whole thing, then you can do that.
Yeah. So the title is "Watch the incredible moment this man solved a Rubik's Cube in less than 5 seconds." So, a man from Australia has set a new world record by solving the Rubik's Cube in just 4.73 seconds. Feliks Zemdegs 20 shaved 0.01 seconds off the previous record, which was held by Matt Svolk. The video was shot in Sydney, Australia, incorrect, and shows Zemdegs inspecting the cubes for 8 seconds before telling a judge he is ready.
What?
I think it's the other way around, but yes.
Yeah. Imagine you inspect and then you're like, okay, I'm ready. And they're like, okay, yeah, you can start the timer now.
They don't lift the cube cover yet and you're inspecting.
The judge has to give
inspecting
you
through the
explicit permission to start the timer.
Can I start now?
Unfortunately, Zemdegs, I like how they said unfortunately, that's cool. Zemdegs didn't win the competition because an average score was used. That is correct. If Zemdegs' mind-blowing performance has got you wondering exactly how do you go about solving the puzzle, scientists have created an algorithm that will help you do it. It's simply n squared on log n, where n represents the length of any of the cube's sides.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so
It's the algorithm.
yeah,
that's
just
the algorithm.
And this actually,
Yeah.
the equation represents the maximum number of moves from every possible starting configuration. So that is something, but it's not what they think it is. But
yeah,
like
Not an algorithm.
they've looked something up. Yes.
yeah.
I love how they say like scientists birthed an algorithm from like a laboratory.
Yeah.
Like we've made one.
Yeah, we need to figure out
Oh
how
my
to solve
God.
this thing. Oh, n squared over log n.
Yeah. So what that actually is
Like
is
what?
like the estimate of God's number for any particular sized cube.
Yeah,
But I don't think.
it is pretty cool, but
Yeah.
not quite right.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing in that world record video, you're just sitting there, and then you're just turning randomly until finally it clicks. You figure out the answer to n squared over log n.
Yeah.
You're like yes.
All right, so that wraps up that article, but this is a special edition of Cubing in the News, in that we actually have 2 articles. So this one, little backstory. This is on the E3 Cube Store page under policies/info under puzzles and brain development. So basically what they did was they copy-pasted an article But the link they gave for the source of this article is dead and doesn't work anymore. So we're just using this, but note that this is not E3 Cube Store's original article. This is from beforeitsnews.com. All right, so so let's start this off with the title is Research Shows That Rubik's Cubes Aid Greatly in Brain Development. All right, off to a good start. Playing Rubik's Cube can help to improve children's memory, attention, and thinking. Ellipsis. Not ellipsis. Ellipsis. I tried. Okay.
What was that?
Every
That was
parent.
like an unnecessary 5 seconds.
Every parent and teacher all hope children can make a great achievement in study. Teaching children problem solving and thinking skills start from early childhood is crucial. The specialist suggested, I don't know what specialist this is, they just bring a new specialist into this. The omniscient specialist suggested that children should receive thinking skills training began from the age of 3. Alright, so Derpy, do you want to continue with this? And we'll just do one paragraph each, Derpy, and then we'll go alphabetically. How about that?
Okay. Today, for the child's education is not limited to books already. Many parents let the children play puzzle toys to teach their thinking skills. The most popular of them is Rubik's Cube.
And I'd like to point out, this is on E3 Cube Store's website, but this is a blatant copy paste because when you click on the link they have for Rubik's Cube, it brings you to cubezz.com. So just saying. Anyway, yeah.
No, it goes to beforeitsnews.com.
Never
mind.
It
Oh, you're
redirects you to
right.
CubezZ. Yeah.
Also,
Alright, so,
that last sentence you read, it's like technically correct. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Is Rubik's Cube, as in not the Rubik's Cube.
Oh, right.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sounds funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're a step ahead of us.
Wow.
Yeah, for any of you who've read the Cracking the Cube, that's what Ian does all the time.
He does.
Right.
He doesn't say the Rubik's Cube, he says Rubik's Cube because it's possessive, but yeah.
Right.
I kind of like that actually, but yeah, it's
But
funny.
no, I don't think they did that on purpose. I think that was a mistake for them.
Considering like all the other
Yeah.
things that are going on right here,
Yeah.
it's still pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
there's
we're the ones
nothing
getting it
wrong
wrong.
with
They
that
get it
sentence
right.
there.
Wow.
Yeah. Alright, so, Ava, I guess you'll read the next paragraph.
Lucy. Yeah.
It all goes downhill.
Lucy, about a famous research scientist, points out that Rubik's Cube can play an important role in forming a good way of thinking and thinking habits for children. First, the cube can exercise the child's finger dexterity, hand and brain coordination in the process of achieving intellectual development of young children. Secondly, the cube can also develop children's memory. In the process of restoring the cube, kids need to memorize a series of reduction formulas. Stored several times, a linear memory will become a muscle memory. In his mind,
Excuse me.
Who's he?
every step of the reduction has become a subconscious action.
Hashtag triggered. Alright, Lucy also introduced a child who'd played Rubik's Cube during his childhood performance better in solid geometry and problem solving than who'd never played. Because the things exposed to child at the stage of formation of consciousness will have a profound impact on the future. On the future, not the child's future, like on the future.
Oh, yes.
And
This is
the
gonna
Rubik's
change the
Cube
world.
can develop children's attentiveness. Children are often easily distracted by things, but child's attention can be completely engaged in Rubik's Cube solving. This will helpful for children in the future development.
Space period.
Yeah, there's like,
Alright.
there's like a space apostrophe S too.
Yeah, there is. Alright, Felix, you can finish it off.
So the last is playing Rubik's Cube can help to improve children's memory, attention, and thinking, and parents can learn along with them. Lucy adds. So thanks, Lucy.
And that's it.
And that's the end of the article.
I've no idea who
Thanks,
Lucy
Lucy.
is.
The famous research scientist.
No, it's Lucy about a famous research.
Yeah, she's about a famous research
Yeah,
scientist.
kind of.
Yep.
But but also a he.
Yeah.
'Cause
In his
in
mind.
his mind.
Who the heck is he?
Like Lucy also introduced a child who played Rubik's Cube during his childhood performance, better at solid geometry and problem solving than who never played.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like,
like-
half of
it's
these
like when I-
sentences are not English.
It's like when I messaged
I'm
Ava and
pretty
I was
sure,
like,
considering it linked to Cube's easy, I feel like this must have been like a Chinese article that just.
Yeah, that's what we said.
True.
That's what we said last
Oh.
episode.
Yeah.
Ava, it's like when I
That's what it
messaged you and I'm
sounds
like,
like.
did you talk to Melissa? And you're like, who's he?
Who's he?
Lucy, I think, is the star of this episode. We
Yep.
should title Lucy about a
Title.
famous research scientist. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh my
Alright.
God.
So I think this article basically gives the Colin Burns in a math class article a run for its money as one of
Yeah.
the worst cubing articles ever. It's
I just
pretty
wish the
bad.
link
I still
actually
think
worked.
Colin Burns is his worst.
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah.
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 Colin Burns is still bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they were trying to be factual. This one, I don't know what they're doing. but yeah,
This
that's
one was trying to be factual. It's just like I don't even know.
they tried to be English.
They tried to be English. That didn't work out. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
So that's gonna wrap up this segment of cubing in the news. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for articles we can use in the future, definitely leave them in the comments. It's always good to have some terrible cubing articles to read. But yeah, that basically wraps up this episode. Big thanks to Felix for being on. It was really awesome having you.
No worries. Thanks for
And-
inviting me. Thanks for having me. All the good questions and discussions and everything.
Yep. And before you leave, it's time to announce our next guest. All right. So if I could have a drum roll before we announce our next guest. All right. So our next guest is TC Cubes. So if you have any
Yay.
questions for her, you can leave them in the comments of this episode, and maybe we will get to them in the next episode. But
And if you don't know who she is, you should look her up.
oh yeah, if you don't know who she is, we will link to her on the show notes.
Who's he?
All right, but yeah, that about wraps it up for this episode. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them down below, and that would be much appreciated. Like, share this video, and follow us on social media in order to be awesome. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Okay, bye.